Hello, everybody. Welcome into our weekly reading. This reading is for you if you have found it. It is for all signs. And if you have come across this reading, there will be messages here for you. Thank you so much. I'm going to start by clearing and cleansing your energy. My name is Elena, and this is Mystical Magical Readings. Cleansing and clearing your beautiful energy, beautiful souls. May all the weight of the world be lifted off your shoulders now. Blessing, clearing and cleansing, dispelling all the negative energies. Thank you so much. I'm so truly grateful. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to this channel and following along if you enjoy this reading. Okay, let's have a look at what's coming up for you now. So this week we have the solar eclipse coming in on the 17th. That's in 2 days. So first of all, your guides are wanting you to slow down a little bit this week. There might be an urge to push forward or start running or start going faster or feeling like you need to do more, or things might be coming up around you where other people aren't around and you do have to do more. Perhaps at work people are on sick leave and you have to jump in and do more work, and it's really stressful and it's actually not possible to get that work done. Perhaps there's unrealistic expectations around from other people who are also under pressure. The best thing to do this week is let go of those unrealistic expectations within yourself. Do what you can do and make sure you have a rest. If you start feeling feelings of overwhelm, allow yourself to pull back, pause and rest. Even in the most hectic, busy day, you have time to pause, place your hand on your heart, ground yourself with 3 nice slow breaths in and out from your heart space, and then you've reset your nervous system and you're ready to go again. This week they're highlighting these crystals to me, which is the kyanite, which is about the throat chakra. You might find that your throat has been a bit sore or a bit scratchy. It's because it's a sign that your throat chakra is recalibrating. Your throat is about to upgrade. How you speak to other people, how you communicate your wants and needs is currently upgrading. This is a focus at the moment. And new doors will be opening when you integrate this. When we go through eclipses, we go from the solar eclipse over a 2-week period to the lunar eclipse. And during that time, you're upgrading. So in order to upgrade, you might feel aches and pains. You might get some funny things happening with your eyesight or your hearing, or you might get a little cold or things like this. And when we upgrade, our body needs rest. So if you start to feel a little bit more tired, allow your body to rest. Take that day off work. It's going to be okay. Get somebody else to help mind your kids. It's going to be okay. Do what you need to do to honor your needs. And the funny thing is, in these times, in eclipse season, everything in you is telling you go faster, work harder, there's more pressure, oh my goodness, keep going and do it better and bigger and faster. But that's kind of like a fight flight mode, and everybody feels the pressure, and then it's this collective energy of let's move, oh my gosh, there's so much to do, how are we going to get it all done, we must have to go faster, when in actual fact it's really time to pause, ground in, pull back. You'll actually get a lot more done if you take the rest. Things will flow a lot more easier if you take the rest. So before I pull any cards, that is what is coming out. And I'm getting Johnny Farnham, take the pressure down, because I can feel it. It's rising like a storm. So do expect, I'm now seeing waves in the ocean. Do expect a bit of a tidal wave to come in this week. But I want you to be surfing that wave, or I want you to be diving under it. And depending on your energy, you are doing what you need to do. If you dive under it, you're staying nice and grounded, you're staying connected into your subconscious, and you're like, I just don't even need to be in this fray. And if you're surfing it, what you're doing, you're not actually putting any effort on your behalf in. You're flowing with it. You're flowing with the tides. You're not having unrealistic expectations, and you're actually enjoying and embracing the changes that come in. And if you dive under it, that's okay too. But choose what your energy levels, choose what your body is telling you to do, not what your mind is telling you to do. Okay, so get into the body, see what your body needs. And if you just find yourself holding tension, it's like your jaws clenched, you know, your fists are clenched, your body's tense, you might feel tenseness in your back muscles. Again, bring yourself back to your breath. Just allow yourself to take a moment to kind of lift all that weight off, you know, and let that stress go, let that weight go, reset with the breath. It's a really important thing to do. We've had a lot of astrological changes happening as well lately too, and Mercury retrograde is going to be flowing on in the next week or so as well. It's not quite here yet, but it can go sort of forward and backwards a little bit over the week before it goes retrograde. So you might be feeling some stuff with that as well, which is again while we're upgrading the throat chakra. The kyanite has come in, this crystal that they wanted me to highlight to you. Let's get some tarot cards now, my beautiful souls, and we'll see what you need to hear to benefit you this week and help you along. Thank you so much. Okay. So the Emperor, this is all about structure. This is all about power. This is all about how you rule. We then have the 10 of Cups coming in here. This is a lot of focus on the family, a lot of focus on your loving connections. And I'm noticing the colors of the chakras coming in here. So making sure all of your cups are full. I'm also seeing there's going to be a lot of support from family members around you, loved ones, people that you really cherish. These connections are going to grow and bloom. We then have the 7 of Wands coming in here. This is about rising above the pressures. And they're highlighting to me, it looks like an eclipse, doesn't it? In the background of the Emperor card there, which is very interesting. So what is kind of eclipsing is highlighting everybody's shadows. It's going to bring that up. It's going to show everybody their dark side for a moment, and people's dark sides aren't necessarily bad. It's actually quite empowering, and it's clearing the shadow, getting to be friends with the shadow, so that your no can mean no in the future, so that you're able to put boundaries in place with people, so that you're able to channel your negative emotions into positive outcomes, so to speak. Channeling that anger into passion will give you more energy than just getting angry and fired up about something, for example. And so let's get the rest of your cards out now, and we'll get on to some actual practical things coming on in. So let me just fix up these cards so you can see them all. Give me one moment. And this is the purpose crystal as well. They're highlighting this one to me as well. They wanted me to put this at the top of the cards at the start of the reading. This crystal is about your path, your purpose, and you know what connects you in with divine. And when I talk about path and purpose, I talk about that a lot. And sometimes I'm talking about different things in terms of it. But this week they're wanting to highlight your purpose is what connects you in with your higher power. Your purpose is what connects you in with divine and allows divine to work through you. And often that can be in a creative space. Often that can be in a space where you're supporting other people. Often that can be in a space sometimes when you're just having your alone time and your resting time, because you're connecting in with divine in that way, allowing your needs to come first. So it can come in a myriad of different ways, but this is a real focus to support you with this crystal this week as well on your purpose. I'm just going to lift these cards up here. So if you find yourself holding your breath this week, that's going to be a sign that you're a bit tense, a sign to slow down, check in with yourself. Where do you have those unrealistic expectations? Okay. So we've got the portal opening here. The thing is with the pressures this week, they're highlighting work to me. They're also highlighting parents maybe putting pressure on people and kind of pointing the finger. I'm seeing a lot of fingers being pointed at other people. These are people who are going through their eclipse that are not managing their shadow, and they're projecting that onto other people. So if you see a finger pointed at you, this is why we've got the 7 of Wands coming in to rise above this. Whatever you do this week, don't react. pull back and observe, all right? So there is going to be some fiery energy coming in. We've got the Mother of Wands in reverse here. So there might be some, and when we get a wand card in the reverse, it does mean anger. It does mean there's going to be, you know, people fired up. I'm getting that song All Fired Up. But it's all about how you choose to go through your lessons. Now, our life lessons are like a spider web, you know, and you can kind of zigzag in between, or you can kind of slipstream, if that makes sense. So this Eight of Pentacles here and this focus on work, there's going to be a lot of life lessons coming in at work, as there always is during eclipse season. You are going to notice other people's shadows. You are going to notice other people pointing the finger at you. When you speak to a family member, you might be expecting support and they might go, oh, don't tell me you're going to do that again. And then you don't get that support and you feel like everywhere you look, there's judgment, there's fingers pointing, there's ick. So if you then turn around and go, why is everybody acting like this, and start pointing the finger back, you're also not looking at your shadow. What your guides want you to do is look at, why is what they're doing affecting me? Why am I approval seeking? Why am I doing this? So this could look like, in some practical examples, as I said, first of all, a parent judging you, feeling judged by a parent, perhaps a mother, feeling a lot of anger from a mother coming towards you, and just being really upset with that and having that really, really affect you emotionally. This could be again, like I'm getting a father energy as well, a father energy kind of worrying or wanting to hold on too tightly to you, or not wanting you to venture forth and get creative. But a stronger mother energy in this week for those watching this reading, that's going to sort of be blocking and getting in the way. I'm also seeing at work, as I said, unrealistic expectations. It's like other people are unwell, other people aren't there, or there's just this ridiculous workload that is literally impossible to get through. And it's like management are getting upset at you or angry at you for not getting that workload done, when it's actually not your fault. It's the people not showing up or the people not pulling their weight. Now, this is where you have a lesson in speaking your voice, using your truth, and channeling this at the right time. Timing is everything. At the right time. So not holding on to feelings of, this is unfair, they're treating me unfairly, whatever this is. If this is a family member, if this is work, if this is a course of study and you are kind of trying to do the course of study, but you've got too many assignments due at the same time, or whatever this looks like, there's an issue with the need to say it's too much at the moment, because it actually is too much at the moment. There is too much of a workload. There's too much pressure. There is too much unrealistic expectations. So whether that's a workload, whether that's a uni load or a school load, or something going on with your family, perhaps you're a carer for your family, like your mum or your dad or another family member, you care for them, and it's too much and you need your own time, and they're being a lot more at the moment as well because of this eclipse energy. You know, they're not channeling their shadow well, and that's projecting onto you, creating more pressure in you. It's time for you to speak your needs this week, but speak your needs sooner rather than later, in a way where you book a time in with your boss to sit down and go, hey, it's actually not possible for me to get this workload done. Let's check in and prioritize. I know it's all important, but I'm only one person, and what can we do? You know, if you communicate it in that way, that's going to be great. Whereas if you end up in a meeting with them and they're just saying, why hasn't this been done? Why hasn't this been done? And then they're suddenly doing their own work with their own eclipse energy, and they're projecting onto you because they're actually internally feeling like a failure because the work's not done and they're the manager. Do you know what I mean? It's everybody's a mirror to each other at the moment, but it's so easy to feel attacked, and so easy to react in that way. So you have the foundations here. You have the foundations to be able to do this. You have the passion to be able to do this. There is going to be frustration. There is going to be anger. So prepare for it. I'm not wanting to give a bad reading. I don't do that. But what we do is I prepare you, your guides prepare you through me so that you're ready for this. Lean on divine. Lean on your spirituality, lean on your faith. If you don't have a spiritual practice, I recommend you getting one, even if it's a 2-minute prayer to connect in and ask your guides of the love and light with angelic qualities and your guardian angels to guide you and keep you safe today and help you make decisions for the highest good of yourself and everybody else. That will be wonderful. That's all you need to do. That statement takes under a minute to say. You can say that daily and then grow from there into something more. From all of this stuff, whatever happens, I want you to know that the outcome is going to bring in amazing new beginnings for you that you are going to be really, really excited about. So as much as it all looks a bit dark, a bit dense, a bit intense, a bit like everyone's going each other, because there's a few emotions getting purged and the pressure has been turned up literally in terms of workloads and not being able to get it done. There is going to be new beginnings for you. So no matter what, know that the outcome here, as I said, your lessons and the outcomes of the lessons are kind of on the outside of the web, and whether you slipstream or kind of move around is totally up to you and how you navigate your web, how you create your web essentially. But there are new beginnings. I am seeing new job opportunities for some people. I am seeing, they said the word resurrection, a resurrection of the way you manage challenging family members, and I'm seeing huge learning lessons in really awesome boundaries and beautiful new beginnings coming in that regard. I'm seeing people walk away and close doors on things that no longer serve them. I am seeing people choosing themselves. I am seeing you all choose yourselves and choose the peaceful way. So at the end of the day this week, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like it's a bit too much, take that day off, take that pause, ask for that support, ask for that help. Ask divine for that help too. And it's really, especially if you notice yourself starting to feel emotional, especially at work this week. There's a big highlight on work here with all the pentacles and the wands. Think about observing. Think about that divine timing. Go, when would be, instead of sitting there feeling overwhelmed, going, I just can't do it all, what am I going to do? And then freaking out, think about when would be an appropriate time to communicate to whoever I need to communicate to at work that this is actually impossible to get done, and communicate that to them. Because even though it's obvious, right, and they should be aware how ridiculous, how annoying, and this is how you can kind of reel yourself into getting upset. Just don't assume anything. Assume that they don't get it. Assume that they don't realize, and it does need to be communicated to them in a very clear and precise manner. In terms of family members, this is going to be about path and purpose and what you do and what's in alignment with you. Might not be in alignment with how they want you to live your life, or vice versa. So again, the pressure there, say you've got all this pressure at work and you're going home and you're frustrated and you're speaking to mum or dad or your partner about what's not working, and they just don't get it and they're just not supportive, and they get upset at you going, oh, don't tell me you're going to do this pattern again, or whatever that looks like, yada, yada, yada. It's time for you to take your own counsel with that and really look into the vulnerableness of your inner child and nurturing that inner child and giving them so much love from you and letting them know that they are allowed to choose the path that's in alignment. You know when things are too much, and you know when you're able to work through them. So regardless of what anybody else says with this pressure, whether they support you through it, because I am seeing there will be people that support, there'll be friends that support you, there'll be other family members that support you, there'll be a lot of love and support, but there's also going to be the people that don't get it. The people that don't get it, don't call them for advice. So if you're about to have a conversation with someone in your family that has never really supported you before, or that they just don't get it, or they're a bit resentful of you, or whatever that looks like, don't have that phone call with them at that time. If you know they're going to reel you in to a situation that makes you feel small, you don't need that this week. So don't have that conversation at that time. Connect in with people that love you, support you, and love you unconditionally no matter what, and give you good advice. because there's really, really good advice to have around this week if you speak to the right people. And I want you to do a mantra this week. I am in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. I am in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. Thank you, my guides of the love and light with angelic qualities and my guardian angels for guiding me, keeping me safe. Thank you. Yes? So whichever way these new beginnings flow in, whether they flow in from chaos and getting fed up and actually becoming reactive and deciding that something's not working anymore and being frustrated and fed up, it's okay if it happens that way. We're human. Everybody's a human being. Or if it happens because you navigate this week in a way that observes other people, is calm, you communicate your needs are heard, but then nothing changes. New beginnings are coming in. New beginnings are coming in terms of things that are old and stagnant and they're stuck, essentially. If you have conversations with your boss or your manager, etc., or your teacher at uni or whatever this looks like for you, and things shift and change, then there's your new beginnings. But if they're not shifting and changing, I am seeing you look out for new beginnings. Now, these new beginnings could come in a creative space. So you could just be like, right, I'm just work's feeling really heavy, uni's feeling really heavy, studies feeling really heavy. I want to do something fun and creative. Here's all the fun and the creation, and we have a portal of opportunity into something new that will give you really solid foundations. I'm not saying this is a career. I'm saying this is just something that you do to lighten up and have a lot of fun and creativity this week. So lean into that. You'll also get some really beautiful new family loving style connections from doing something new, from doing something creative that makes your heart sing. And that will give you something to look forward to when you have a really tough day too, which is also so important. So find something that you love. I always see painting when I say that, so there must be a lot of painters watching this, or artistic people in that regard. I also see dancing, I also see singing, I also see walking in the forest, admiring flowers. It doesn't have to be something epic, just something that brings your heart joy. That's really going to help you. But I do see a lot of pressure this week, I have to be honest, and I do see everybody feeling that pressure and everybody feeling like everybody else isn't pulling their weight. So I see this massive mirror coming up for everybody, and that's going to ignite that anger and ignite that frustration. So back yourself, speak that truth in a way that it will be heard. Don't hold on to it and hold on to resentment and make things worse when you become reactive, because that's going to boil over, right? So have that conversation, have that sit down, have that divine timing chat. Think it through how you're going to communicate what you need to communicate, and then go from there. If it's heard, amazing. If it's not heard, then you have to reconsider what you're doing. And so this is all going to be different, the outcome of this for all of you, I do have to say, because it's an open reading. But I'm getting, maybe for 20% of you, it's going to be heard. And for the rest of you, there might be new beginnings, or you might be thinking about different things, or maybe branching out and doing something else, really craving that shift and that change. And for those of you in all the other eclipses that have happened over the past couple of years, if you've really felt at that time you're just fed up, you want to leave, you've had enough of whatever situation you're in, I'm getting more for work style situations with this rather than relationships, then that's going to come back. If you haven't changed, if you haven't shifted, be prepared, because that feeling is going to come back in. This time I want you to utilize that feeling and channel that shadow. Channel your shadow of frustration, fed upness into passion and curiosity for what you could do next, and actually take an action step to do that. Okay, so that is the tarot reading. And yeah, just make sure, they're just reiterating, make sure whoever you speak to about what's going on, the dramas and the things that happen this week, make sure you speak to people that love you and will support you and get you. Don't speak to those people in your family especially that don't get you. just don't speak to them, because they're going to make it worse. They're going to make you feel small. They're going to make you feel like your needs are silly, and it's going to create more resentment and more heartache, and then that's going to lower your self-worth. So you want to speak to the people that go, no, and are good at kind of giving you some good advice about, well, when can you sit down? How would you word it? What would you say to them? Would you like to speak to them about it? Or is this something that you just need to hold off for another week until things get better or start to shift, or that other employee comes back and they're feeling better, you know? So whatever the situation is for you, make sure you speak to people who support you for your support. Don't speak to people that don't, especially if you know this already. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve that love. You deserve that support. So let's now get an oracle card. Thank you so much. I'm wanting this one here. Okay. We've got Water Oracle. Psychic abilities, acting on visions, it is destined. This is so beautiful. So please know right now, as I'm holding this card, I am feeling flowing. I am feeling the water flowing around me. I am feeling that this Fool card, these new beginnings, there's something that Spirit has for you to do that's bigger, that's not going to keep you small, that's not going to keep you caged in. You're going to be able to jump from that branch and spread your wings and start flying into this new beginning. And this new beginning is going to be something to do with work. It's going to be truly amazing and truly beautiful. There's a reason that things are getting uncomfortable around you right now. And that doesn't mean that you have to get up and quit your job and all of that sort of stuff. But it does mean you do need to prioritize your creative side and what connects you in with divine, your purpose. Focus on your purpose. Everybody needs to have that financial stability of that job and that everyday daily work coming in, but you don't need to let that be all you have. You can have so much more with your path and purpose and chatting to divine and getting that guidance every day and doing what makes your soul shine in terms of your creativity. And slowly, 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 that's going to transform into a beautiful new life for you. And that beautiful new life is promised as long as you follow the whispers of Spirit. You are an oracle. You do have psychic abilities. You do have visions. You do have dreams. You do have hopes. And your guides are here talking to you and wanting to guide you and wanting to help you always towards the life that will make you the most happy and the life that will bring you closer to them and closer to divine. And that is all hidden within your creativity. So let your creative juices flow this week. That is going to keep you grounded. Tune in to your psychic abilities. Everyone is psychic, okay? It's just talking to Spirit, feeling Spirit, knowing Spirit's around, talking to your guides, knowing your guides, having that inner knowing. And I always like to give this example, you know, just before you close the door, when you leave your home and you've forgotten your keys and they're inside and you suddenly remember just before you close the door, that's your life guide telling you you've forgotten your keys. It suddenly pops in and you just somehow know it and you think you've just remembered it at the last minute. Your guide has just reminded you and you've heard them, or you've just had this inner knowing, or it's just popped in. That is how they communicate with you. It's suddenly a knowing, you know, or you might hear it, or you might see a picture of your keys in your eye, in your third eye, and then suddenly you know. But you're not registering how you know, you just know that you've just remembered. So pay attention to those things. How does that come through to you? Because that will be your strongest psychic ability. So it's no longer time to play small, but it is time to go slowly with your dreams. So pull back from anything that's draining your energy, pull back from anything where it's actually impossible to get the workload done. That's the biggest message I'm getting this week. And give yourself the energy, time and space to do something you love, because that is going to lead you to new beginnings. You don't need to know every single step in how this is going to happen. It's about making time for doing what you love every week, doing it a little bit more and a little bit more, and something new is going to bloom and grow that you could actually turn into a career in the future, which is really exciting. They're showing me this eclipse portal now. This is what this eclipse portal is showing you. It's showing you where you're uncomfortable, where you're limited, and giving you these new hopes and inspirations of what could be if you dare. And the thing is, if we dare, of course we dare, but then we get tired and then we get exhausted and then there's no time to do it and then we're suddenly not doing it again. This is why with your hopes and dreams, you take them very slowly, step by step, you integrate them into your normal everyday life. And then all of a sudden, in 6 months from now, you've got something little going on that you really, truly enjoy. And whether that brings you into people who are divinely guided into your life, to support each other and help each other along, that you have beautiful, loving soul connections with, or whether it actually turns into a work thing for you, which would be awesome as well. It doesn't matter. Your guides want you to have faith in them this week. Whatever is uncomfortable this week is a lesson. Remember the spider's web? It's a lesson for you to learn and to rise above. So as your lessons pop up this week, as those challenges arise, choose, are you going to dive under the wave, observe, stay quiet, speak your needs before the wave hits, and then jump under and just let it be? Or are you going to surf the wave and flow with it and just kind of rise above and be kind of like the leader and the guide for other people going through these challenges as well? Because these challenges are about a group of you, not just you on your own. So do remember that as well. Everything's a mirror. So if you're going under the wave, you're speaking your needs and then you're allowing things to happen and you're waiting for the waters to settle. If you're surfing the wave, you're speaking your needs, you're getting a bit more determined about it because you know that change is possible and you know that change is going to lead to a win and you know your suggestions are awesome. And so then you kind of turn into the guide and you stand up and you lead during this time. Either choice is fantastic, and for whatever scenario you're in, that choice is going to be, again, different for all of you. You will know the one that resonates with you the most. Let's now get, I'll just do this in front of you, I'm so sorry. Let's now get a couple of runes. Here we go. Okay. Oh, the blank rune. I love the blank rune. And then, okay, wonderful. So we have here Algiz, the elk. This is protection. This is kind of like the peace sign, I like to relate it to, but this is basically a protective rune. So you can draw this rune sort of above your crown, just like that, just above your head, and that will give you some protective energy to dispel negative energies, ward off evil, and help you stay nice and balanced. So your guides are here to protect you and guide you this week. Do ask your guides of divine love and light with angelic qualities to watch over you and protect you. And if you have higher faith like God or Buddha or Tara or Goddess Isis or God Horus, ask them as well to jump in and protect you. It's not because there's anything icky going to happen. I mean, there's going to be challenges, but this is just going to help make you and your nervous system feel at peace and at ease. And it's like they'll put a loving, protective bubble around you for when things get tense and distressful and other people are feeling frustrated, so you don't feel that energy so much. They are wanting this on the Hierophant. Thank you so much. So I'm going to put that one there. We then have the blank rune. This is for you. This is up to you. How do you want to navigate this week? How do you want to see it? What perspective do you want to take? Do you want to take a perspective of feeling overwhelmed and the world is against you? Or do you want to take a perspective of what can I learn from this? Yes, this has been really hard and challenging. Where do I need to ask for support? Where do I need to communicate my needs? How can I navigate this situation in a way that's going to support me and all around me? You know, do you want to look at this week as being a victim, or do you want to look at this week as being a student? And they want this on the full card because this is all going to lead to new beginnings, and your hopes and dreams are a beautiful new beginning for you. And they're coming in this week hidden amongst all these challenges, because that's what every eclipse does. It brings in those new beginnings and those new hopeful dreams where you can really get in alignment with divine, but it's all hidden in everything that makes you uncomfortable and limited. So it's this weird kind of thing where you're working through your shadow so that you can kind of channel it into making all of your hopes and dreams come true, because you need to back yourself in order for that to happen. And last of all, we have here Fehu, which is wealth, abundance, luck, energy, creativity, all the amazing things. And this is really, really, really cool. They want this on the Eight of Pentacles here. What you do for your purpose is actually going to bring you wealth. How you navigate this week at work or at uni or at school or whatever that is, it's going to bring you those new beginnings, which is going to bring you that wealth, which is going to bring you that divinity and that ability to receive. So wealth and abundance and luck and all the new things are definitely available to you this week. Again, it's all hidden in the chaos. So choose how you're going to ride that wave, whether you're going to ride it or flow under it. Either way is totally fine. But this week is really going to bring you peaceful protection, new opportunities to create your own destiny, and a lot of wealth coming in as well. So in terms of that wealth in a practical way, if you're a casual worker or something, you could be getting more work because someone else is unwell and there is that workload that's actually impossible to get through. And for example, when you communicate that to your manager or whatever that looks like, they might actually be really impressed with that and offer you some more work this week, and that could lead to promotions in the future. I can actually see other people who are managers sort of getting demoted or walking away, or changes in that structure as well in the workplace too, or at university or at school. There might be structural changes this week in terms of leadership on a worldly scale and also in a personal scale in your own life as well. And that could be creating a bigger workload too, which could lead to promotions, which could lead to wealth. But do only accept what you're able to do and what you're wanting to do, and do only accept what's in alignment with you as well in terms of how much time you have in your life to give. Either way, there is wealth, luck, and abundance coming in. So whatever you put your mind to this week, whether that's becoming that champion at work, or whether that's taking a pull back from work and becoming a champion in your own hobbies and creativities, there is wealth to be had this week. So welcome that money in amongst all the chaos. It is well deserved. You've worked really hard and we're all in this together. We are going to get through these eclipse seasons, and just remember they give opportunities for new to come in. So if you work the energy properly and you take responsibility of your shadow and you don't become reactive, you are set up for a win totally. But don't get me wrong, it can be challenging to do that, because when things frustrate you, they frustrate you, right? So take that breath when you're feeling frustrated and overwhelmed. Place your hands on your heart, those 3 deep breaths, and then ask your guides, what's the best next step for me to do? And you'll just suddenly know what to do. It'll be a little quiet whisper. And what I'm getting is have the courage to have that conversation. That's the main guidance from my guides now to you all, to your guides to you all as well. Thank you all so much. Happy eclipse. Welcome in that new. This is always endings leading to beginnings, and it's like a big shed off. Oh, and we also are coming into the Chinese New Year of the Fire Horse as well. I've just remembered. So that's also happening on the 17th, which is on Eclipse Day, which is epic. So yeah, this is going to be a huge celebration. This is really when you're going to get in tune with your creativity to turn it into your divine purpose and connect in more in that way. So during this eclipse, you're really going to feel that pull towards doing what you love, doing what makes your soul sing, and stepping into that. So if there ever has been any whispers of you being psychic or having a dream or having a vision or feeling like you have some sort of destiny, that feeling is going to get stronger this week. So if you want to jump on that wave and ride that wave this week, go for it. If you're riding that wave, you're going to not even notice all the chaos underneath you in your everyday. You're going to be riding this wave of hope and filling your dreams and focusing on you and what makes you happy. So that is just an extra little bit. So happy new year of the Fire Horse. We have finally finished shedding. We've got a couple days to go. And then once the solar eclipse comes in, that's it. We're in the new year and we're ready to take those leaps of faith. So I feel like the changes in this eclipse are going to be a big one. Hold on to your horses, hold on to your hats, hold on to everything, and ride that wave. Thank you so much. And don't be afraid to dive under too if you're not quite ready. That's fine. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Again, I do have private bookings available. If you would like to book in for a private reading with me, please feel free to do so. All the info you need is in the video description. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing and liking this video and letting me know what resonates. See you all soon.